Okay, when you picture the perfect Italian beach, what comes to mind? Is it some wild, empty cove that you discovered all on your own, or maybe it's a perfectly set up sunbed with an ice cold drink in your hand? Well, on the incredible coastline of Puglia, the heel of Italy's boot, there's this really unique philosophy at play. One that basically says, why should you have to choose? Let's get into it. So on one side, you've got this, the Lido Attrezzato, which is basically a private beach club. It's a whole world of curated comfort, really elegant design, and full-service hospitality. And it's all perfectly framed by that beautiful stone archway leading you right to the sea. And then on the other side, you've got this, the Spiaggia Libera, the free public beach. It is raw, it's natural, it's shaped by nothing but the wind and the tides, and it's accessible to literally everyone. Two totally different worlds sharing the exact same crystal clear water. And that really gets to the heart of the classic vacation problem, right? Do you want the freedom to just explore and do your own thing? Or do you want the pure ease of all-inclusive comfort? Well, the Puglian model kind of suggests that's the wrong question to even be asking. It's not about choosing one or the other. Here, these two ideas exist together in this remarkable balance. So to really get it, you've got to understand what the source material calls the dual soul of the Puglian coast. It's a whole system that's built on giving you a full spectrum of choices for how you want to experience one of the most beautiful seas in the whole Mediterranean. This really lays it all out. On the left, Spiagge Libre, they're all about unrestricted access, a totally spontaneous vibe, and a landscape that's shaped by nature, not by us. Then, on the right, you have the Lidi Attrezzati. They offer that curated comfort, full service, all the amenities, and a more organized, kind of social environment. And the key thing to remember is these aren't walled off from each other. A lot of the time, they exist right next door. So let's explore that first idea, this geography of freedom. Because the free beaches in Puglia, they aren't just the leftover scraps of coastline. No, they are a central, really structural part of the whole region's identity. And here, you can really get a sense of the scale we're talking about. This isn't some tiny little patch of sand squeezed between a couple of resorts. Just look at Ginosa Marina. It's this massive, wide-open stretch of coast, with pine forests right behind it. It just feels endless, and it's completely open for anyone to come, lay down a towel, and just enjoy it. But hey, public access doesn't just mean sandy beaches. It also means you get to experience these really dramatic landscapes, like Costa Repagnola. Here, it's all about rugged cliffs, little hidden coves, and just this feeling of authentic wilderness. This is the coast in its most raw, most powerful form. And then on the other end of the scale, you find these little gems, the small coves or calette near the town of Monopoli. They honestly feel like your own little private swimming pools, just sculpted right out of the rock by nature. They give you this sense of privacy and discovery, like a little reward for anyone who's willing to go out and explore. All right, so let's flip the coin and look at the other side of Puglia's dual soul, what we're calling the architecture of leisure. This is the world of those sophisticated private beach clubs, the Lidi Attrezzati, and believe me, they are so much more than just a place to rent a chair for the day. It all really starts with this idea of effortless comfort. These are totally designed environments. Everything from the perfectly spaced out sunbeds to the exact right amount of shade from the umbrellas, it's all arranged to create a completely seamless day of relaxation. It's about taking away all the little hassles of a day at the beach. And that comfort absolutely extends to world-class hospitality. I mean, a lot of these lidos are culinary destinations themselves. They have fantastic restaurants and bars serving up fresh seafood, amazing local wines, all with an unbeatable view of the sea. It really turns a beach day into a whole sensory experience. So when you boil it all down, it's about providing a space that's structured, elegant, and super convenient. You've got access to showers, changing rooms, lifeguards, secure parking. The Lido basically organizes the wildness of the beach and turns it into this refined and incredibly comfortable environment. Okay, so that's the theory, but what does this all actually look like when you're there? Let's take a quick virtual trip down the coast, starting at the Adriatic Sea and heading over to the Ionian to see this whole dual system in action. First up, the absolutely breathtaking Polignano a Mare. Here, the relationship between the two worlds is just so dramatic and clear. You have the historic town literally carved into the cliffs, and it creates this spectacular natural frame around a beautiful public pebble beach down below. It's just a perfect fusion of culture and free access to the sea. Now check this out. Torre del Orso is a perfect example of how it all comes together in one place. You've got this huge expanse of fine white sand. Some parts are totally free for anyone, while other sections are home to these organized lidos. But here's the thing. Every single person, whether they paid for a sunbed or not, gets to enjoy the exact same stunning view of those famous sea stacks, the Two Sisters. Now let's hop over to the other side of the heel. We're on the Ionian coast, at Porto Cesareo, and this place is famous for its almost tropical turquoise waters. The source material actually calls its model exemplary, because here you've got these long, free beaches and these really well-equipped lidos blending together absolutely seamlessly. The balance just feels totally effortless and natural. So, after this little trip down the coast, what's the big takeaway? It's that the Puglian model isn't just some clever tourism strategy. It's really a reflection of a deeper cultural philosophy about what the coast is and who it's actually for. You see, the whole point is that it's not a compromise between freedom and service. It's about offering a full spectrum of experience. You can show up with just a towel, or you can book a full-service daybed for the afternoon. And both are seen as equally authentic, equally valid ways to connect with the sea. So, if we were to break down the Pelagian model, it really comes down to these core ideas. It's defined by a plurality of choice, a deep traditional respect for public access, a harmonious coexistence between wild nature and a really thoughtful design, and, above all, a foundational belief, a belief that the sea isn't some commodity to be sold off to the highest bidder. As the source so perfectly puts it, in Puglia, the sea is not a privilege, it is a shared heritage. It's such a powerful idea, and it ensures that this incredible coastline really does remain for everyone. And it kind of leaves us with a question, doesn't it? What could other places learn from this democratic sea?